What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your lady's favorite YouTube channel. Finally, our guy is here, Giuntoli. He's finally here, and hopefully we have some rationale and some reason that can return to the club, especially when it comes to this Mercado. A lot of rumors, a lot of things out there that I haven't liked, that I've been kind of perplexed by. We're going to talk about that, as well as what are the moves going forward. Stick with us. We'll fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today, it is Wednesday, July 5th, 2023, and if you could, do me a solid favor, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon, stay notified for all of our latest videos, and once again, you are in the Bianconeri Zone. I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favor, though, on top of that, real quick, let me go ahead and throw this out there because I've been doing it for a while, but if you could, pop on over. Now we can talk like men podcast channel, me, couple other friends talking some of the current events going on, as well as some other nonsense sports related things, whatever topics you guys want to throw out there as well. We'll talk about all of that while having some fun breaking down some bourbon. If you don't know much about Kentucky bourbon, I'm from Kentucky. We break down bourbon. We talk about the different flavors, the different high value ones, and a lot of the ones that we're getting are they're upper shelf ones. I think the latest one we did was Weller CYPB, which is craft your own bourbon, but it was a really cool video. A lot of fun that we had, but a lot of interesting things that I'm learning myself about bourbon that I didn't know being here locally. So if you're interested in anything like that, maybe you should go over there, check it out right now. But more importantly, if you're interested in the channel and what we do here as well, and you want to support me, go over there, hit the subscribe button. Those that are subscribed to the channel will end up being entered in to win a free t-shirt. We are doing a t-shirt giveaway for every 100 subscribers that we get on the channel. 100 subscribers, gave away a t-shirt. 200 subscribers, giving away a t-shirt. 300, 400, so on and so on. We're giving away t-shirts. At 500, we're giving away a jersey. So if you guys could, pop over, hit the subscribe button, do me a favor, do that right now. You get entered in to win a shirt, and like we're gonna give away one of those shirts, those new shirts that Alejandro just created for the Bianconeri Zone. The Bianconeri shirts are really cool looking, really cool Juventus themed stuff. So we'll be giving those away as well. So if you could pop over there, do that now. Let's get into it though, without any further ado. The news, what's going on with Juventus. Very first thing up that we have to talk about, though, of course, is going to go along the lines of a former coach, now former coach, of a rival of Juventus, and because of his maybe association with the new sporting head man, Giuntoli, coming to Juventus, that he could be associated with a move to the club. Of course, we're talking about that of Spalletti and his future when it comes to coaching or not coaching. Well, Spalletti was talking with Sportface, and he kind of tried to get ahead of it and try to kind of bury the lead before it gets a little too out of hand. Of course, he's saying, me at Juventus, you can't wrong those who love you. It's too difficult a question to answer now, but anyone who says I'm going to Juve because Giuntoli is there is making a poor man's equation. One that has no arguments. First thing I'm going to say is nothing that he says matters. A lot of times I say is because anybody involved with sports, any involved coaching, player, whatever, when it comes to any kind of moves, nothing matters. The money talks, and that's all that really matters. If he wants money, if he wants success, if he wants trophies, if he wants whatever it has, he will probably go wherever that is. Do I think he's coming to Juventus? No, probably not. Not given the circumstances. I think we're going to be stuck with Allegri. We're at least going to be chained to him for another season. And of course, obviously, with his history and his past at Inter and now at Napoli, that has stained him a little bit. Obviously, though, he's had success at both of these places. While he has had success at both these places, is there part of me that kind of does crave? You know, there's a part of that where it's petty. We're going to take your guy and have him bring us back to the next level. He was an Inter guy. Oh, he was a Napoli guy. No, now he's going to be a Juve guy. There is a little part of me that would be okay with something like that. But it is what it is. We'll see if there's any truth or any kind of future there. I doubt it. I doubt it. But it's funny to speculate. Anyway, again, sorry, guys. We're stuck in it with Max Allegri for now. Let's continue on and talk about some of the things and the repercussions that could happen because we're stuck with Max Allegri. And that, of course, is maybe getting some players that we like, young players, young guys, getting shipped out because Max Allegri doesn't care about the youth, right? Anyway, Nico Schiera is reporting that Monza, Genoa, Cagliari, and Empoli have shown interest in Juventus's midfielder Fabio Miretti. Now, this is one that I asked, okay, if you guys are lining up to the table and you want to use Miretti, and if for some reason Max Allegri's going to keep Max Allegri, not going to really use him in a way that benefits him as a player, and it doesn't, long term see him as an option for him in his hopefully limited time as the coach of Juventus, fine, I guess. Okay, you can loan him out. Just loan him out. Give him an opportunity. Go to one of these places where he can play well, develop, continue going on. But do not sell my guy Fabio Miretti. At all intents and purposes, at all costs, do not sell Fabio Miretti. That will be one that I'll be very angry about. Obviously, we talk about Sule and the rumors around him and the other players. All this is very frustrating because you're seeing, like, how is Juventus? They can't buy anybody. So all the young guys that are coming up, the young talent, those are the guys you're getting rid of as well. Like, what are you doing right now, given the circumstances that the club are in and a lot of the muck that the club's in, partially because of Max Allegri and his failure of the last season? Going off of that, though, other options that could be sent out there is another youth player, and a youth player who was rumored to get maybe some run when it came to Juventus next season in the first team. Gazzetta dello Sport is reporting that Fenerbahce are planning to make a move for Yildiz and are ready to offer 10 million euros. Juventus consider him not for sale at the moment, but much will depend on the technical project that will be presented to the player. So, and that's the important part, right? What kind of technical project will actually be presented? What will Max Allegri bring to the table, and how useful will it be? When it comes to Yildiz, I don't know how to personally feel about him because I saw some of his tape obviously before he came to Juve. His play wasn't overly impressive. Young player though, young at the time. I've heard, obviously, there's been a lot of rumblings, a lot of positive momentum when it came to the player and how he's performed in the youth sector. Again, I personally haven't taken the time out of my day to watch the youth sector. I'm just not doing it. I'm sorry. So we'll see. Anytime I'd like to see a young guy get an opportunity, but at the same time, just keep an eye on it. See if Juventus, for some reason, is going to try to flip him again, make some money, and move on with their day. Maybe take some of the take a little bit of red out of it and try to get back more in the black. I don't know. That's all. It's a business at this point. Your personal feelings don't matter. The rumors around Chiesa, Vlahovic, all those guys. At this point, I'm a defeated man when it comes to trying to keep any players. Anyway, let's continue on. Talk about players that actually could be coming into Juventus. Rumors out there right now. Nico Scheda is saying that Atalanta and Juventus are currently leading the race to try to sign Emil Holm from Spezia. Inter are also still interested in the Swedish right full back. So there's obviously hefty competition. If Juventus do go after this player, just like the situation that I was going to, I didn't make a graphic or anything like that when it came to this news story, but obviously Frattesi today, all intents and purposes in Milan, going to sign with Inter, going to be an Inter player. We said this before about how when it came to Inter and it came to Milan and all the teams that were coming to try to get Davide Frattesi, who I liked as a player. I thought he would have been solid if he came here, but Adrian Rabiot comes back. Champions League football is there, as well as the money from being able to play in Champions League football, as well as just Juventus right now, the situation. I can understand why he went to, I'm not going to say greener pastures, but you know what I mean. A better, more solid foundation for right now until we get to figure out whatever situation Juventus is going to be in for the next year and going into next season. Whatever. That's enough about Frattesi. Go on. I hope you fail. Anyway, let's continue on, though, and let's talk about another right back option that is rumored out there when it comes to Juventus, and that's an old name that we had heard of last season. We talked about here a lot on the channel. We wanted to see him get moved in, as well as we talked about with Udogi there at Udinese, guys that could be interested, but now is maybe coming back to the forefront. Gazzetta dello Sport report that Juventus have put Molina back on the list for its potential targets. The right back is currently playing for Atletico Madrid, and obviously purchased from Udinese there. A player, I don't know the number. I know he played in about 33 games, had a few goals there, but I don't know what the number is that they would be asking for him. Is it a lot more expensive potentially than what they bought him for, which is, I said, was pretty much on the cheap coming from Udinese last season. And now is Juventus going to do the thing where they come back one season too late when you had a prime opportunity to get these kind of players, to get a player like him last season, and you didn't move on it. And I swear, if this comes back to bite us once again because we try to go after this player, your boy's not going to be happy. That's all I got to say. I'm not happy about it. But if they end up getting a player, I'd be open again, but once again, it's another season. It's another season of wear and tear that you didn't have to play last season. I don't know. I just don't love the retreads and coming back. Though, when I'm talking about retreads, I'm talking about players that you've been interested year after year after year after year that you've been interested in for a long time. The big news of the day, obviously, is that Juventus, now that Giuntoli's back, maybe he's bringing back that reason, bringing back some rationale when it comes to players that are actually going to be competitively good and actually help the club be successful for the future. They're back in the running when it comes to Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, and Sport Italia is reporting that Juventus would be interested in buying Milinkovic-Savic regardless of Rabiot's renewal and would be willing to include Rovella or Pellegrini in the deal. It seems that there will be time and an opportunity to discuss a deal. So right now it seems more than likely that SMS is interested and he wants to come to Juve. It's just, how do you make this thing happen? And does it involve these two players? One, there's been rumors out there that obviously Maurizio Sarri would like to retain Luca Pellegrini for another season, whether it be on a loan, whether it be purchased, whatever it has, whatever that may be. He is interested in the player. Would they be willing to come to the table and use him in the deal? I'm sorry, call me skeptical. Call me skeptical, but I doubt at this point in time that I believe that they're going to be willing to use him in any kind of deal. It's just not anything that I've seen any kind of open options that I've seen used here, though maybe with the contract and the waning time on Milinkovic-Savic's contract, maybe they'd be willing to. The other option, though, and regardless, is the Rovella option, a player that I liked, a player that I wanted to see play at Juventus last season, wanted to see him play more, and he didn't get that opportunity. A player that we think would be playing a lot more this season, but if you send him out, would you be willing to make that deal? I mean, I guess you have to look at the table. I sit down in it and I look at, well, you got Sergej Milinkovic-Savic on one end, you got Rovella on the other. I'm sorry, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic always is going to come out on top in that one for me. So yes, I'd be willing to do that deal, though there's still a lot of things that would potential out there for Rovella that would make me sad to see him go. Though, if this is what it takes to make it happen, I guess, at this point. One other option that's out there that they're being rumored, just in case they're not able to get SMS, is reporting that Juventus is thinking about towing Koopman Miners as the first alternative to Milinkovic-Savic. The player is valued at 30 million euros, but Atalanta are open to include players in a deal. Not going to go much into that one. Main reason I'm saying that is because I think at this point, if you're Giuntoli and you want Milinkovic-Savic, you get Milinkovic-Savic. You make the Milinkovic-Savic deal happen, and you make it happen now. Right? Don't make me think about Koopman Miners. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Don't make Julian over here do a coach's corner on Koopman Miners. Give us this Milinkovic-Savic coach's corner. Give us that deal. Make it happen, Giuntoli. Prove your worth to begin, I guess, your stay, your tenure here at Juventus. All right. That'll do it for this edition of the news. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you dislike some of the news that's out there, some of the names that are floated out there when it comes to Juventus, or the moves that are happening? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, do me a solid favor, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. You can follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter, and of course you can follow Bianconeri Zone at Bianconeri Zone, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri. Say hello to your old lady for me.